Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I had a privilege to witness a civil proceeding in civil court today. The counsel of the plaintiff, he beautifully put forward his arguments by saying that there was a family. It consists of six sons and two daughters of a couple. When father got told, he decided to dispose of his property, and what he did, he gave two shops to two daughters, and 200 square yards big and beautiful bungalow to his six sons. When he died, after his death, what happened? They decided mutually, with the consent of every member, every brother and the sister, that I think that we think that the shops should be given to the sons, to the brothers, and the house should be given to the sisters. So what they did, they made an agreement on a stamp form that okay, we change it into like this that the shops will go to the brothers and the house will go to the sisters. And on this agreement, everybody has signed. With their consent, this agreement was made. But later, when their mother also got tired, so what they did, one of them, one of the sisters, she insisted to vacate the house, says this has already been decided in an agreement which is signed by everyone. So the brothers, they did not, they refused to vacate the house. So she came to the court, and she is now facing this proceeding in which her point of view is that he is entitled, rather the two sisters are entitled to have this beautiful bungalow, and of course the shops should go back to the brothers, and which are already in the possession of the brothers because of the said agreement. Whereas the, one of the brother who was the defendant number 3 or 4, he he said that I have spent a lot of money on the marriages and other different ceremonies, other different parts of the life where the money was required. I got it from the bank, and I spent to get to expend on the marriage ceremony of my two sisters, and of course I need to have the compensation of that. The judge present, he said that do you believe I have six sisters, and out of them the four are married by my expenditures, by my cooperation, by my financial aid, and two are just waiting, and I'll fulfill the requirements. So this happens in our culture that we do consider the sisters when uh, they are they are get to married. We spend the money accordingly. The brothers, if the parents are not alive, the brothers should take responsibility. It's just normal. So why to get some benefit out of the poverty for this reason? So the counsel of the defendant said, "Sir, is there any law? Can you refer a law in which it is said that the marriage ceremonies and the other different expenditures, whether death ceremonies or marriage ceremonies or whatever, to uh, to look after the sick people, sick sisters, is there any law that which compels uh, to the brother to do this, to spend this money for the marriages, for the death ceremonies, and for the sickness, for the treatment? special treatment, whatever it is, expensive. Is there any law? If there is any law, he said, "This is a culture. This is our culture. We practice in our this culture." The Council of the Defendant says, "Sir, we do not have. You may have the culture like this. You may have you may have been practicing like this, but in our culture and the culture of our client, it is not true. We do not do that. It's not. It's neither legal nor Islamic. What to do? Is there any Islamic laws which compel the brother to spend his money for the marriage ceremony of his sister, or for the death ceremony of his uh, for the death ceremonies, for the sickness? There is a special sickness for the treatment of that special disease. There is no law. We do not practice in our system. We do not practice in our culture. And if you do it, it does not mean that it's a law. So here was the point that, of course, in my point of view, also there is no legal compulsion. There is no law in the books of the land, law books of the land. Of course, there is practice, and this practice is we cannot bound it to a person whose salary is not sufficient enough, who cannot survive even freely, who cannot survive in the community with his own income. He has a limited income, and he is also running after the different and borrowing the money from the different banks, and he borrowed the money, so that of course should be compensated. Now, of course, the proceedings are not the things which are completed in one day. So the judge said, of course, this is a complex matter, and we need to know uh, the other four brothers, the two were present, that what they said, what there is consent, what they want, and whether they have signed this agreement or not. And accordingly, we will summon the other four brothers, and we will take care of this case in the next date. So here, the proceedings were adjourned for next month, but still the question in my mind, and I need your opinion as well, that who is responsible if someone has a very limited income or no income? Is he responsible, being a brother, to look after his sisters, to expend or to pay hospital expenditures of a special disease, and to get to borrow money from the bank and spend on death ceremonies or whatever the requirements of another family, which is the family of his sister. Is it a legally sound phrase that he should do it, or is it not illegal? And is it, if it is being practiced in our culture, do we have this right step, right custom in our culture, or it needs to be amended, and it needs to be amended in a good way, in which the brother, if he is not rich enough, he is a poor guy, he should not be uh, given such challenges which he cannot fulfill. So your opinion, we need to know your opinion, and your opinion in the comments. Hopefully you will do it, and we will enjoy this discussion, and we will find out the things which we need to know. And of course, in the next proceeding, in the next hearing, of course, the things will get more clear. We'll get more legally clear picture of this case. Thank you very much. Bye bye.